Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with Islip. I am Islip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Kingdom Leaders Class Megatron. Now, again, I've had this figure for, like, if you watch Good Morning Cybertron, you know how long I've had this figure. So I've had this figure for, what, 2 months maybe? Something like that, I forget. So I'm just now getting around to doing reviews on a lot of those figures, which is why you're going to notice a bunch of figures going back, a little older figures, some of the newer kind of figures. Yeah. So here he is. He is a purple and green dinosaur, reminiscent of Triptychon. Is, well, purple, gray, and green, and of course, you know, Barney, the big dinosaur. And he, they have colors similar, very similar, but they are not the same. This thing is hyper posable. This thing, like, this looks like a little bit like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park in one of the movies. Like, this thing is amazing. I love this thing. And the robot mode looks good too, but my favorite mode has got to be this T-Rex. It's a good size. Let's see. Here he is next to the Netflix Impactor. And, oops. You see, depending on how you've got him posed, he's about the same height, which is a little bit bigger, about an inch bigger than what do you call it? What is it called? Deluxe class. And I just unplugged my power supply. There we go. There we go. So he is fairly decent if you have him posed like they used to have dinosaurs done in the old days, where they're standing straight up. He is fairly tall. So he's fairly sizable. He's really good looking. There is a lot of molded detail. It's got sort of a rubberized plastic, and some parts of it is like rubberized plastic over regular plastic to give it kind of a leathery feel. I mean, look at that. Look. Is that not, like, really awesome? Wow, that is great. You get a lot of posability on this guy. The head can go left and right. The mouth opens about that far. You can look down about that far up without breaking the sculpt. If you break the sculpt, you can look way up. There are a lot of panels, and I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know, Beast Wars figures tend to be kind of panely, and the way they've done it is a little extra panely, but it gives you so much articulation. His arms are on a ball joint, and they articulate at just the shoulder. See, it's a ball joint. That doesn't normally come off. I pulled it off on purpose. Legs can go forwards and backwards. They're on this weird thing. Well, this part is on, like, it's on a, let's see if I can show it. If you look, it's kind of a U-shaped thing, and that's just for the outer covering of the leg. If you move that, he can move. It's just crazy articulation. Even with the thing like this, that's still some pretty good articulation, you know. Knees bend, a slight rotation, not too much. Feet do pivot forward and backwards, and let's see, is there a side to side? And there is a side to side. This also happens to be the robot mode's foot. There are 5mm pegs on his feet and one in his mouth. So you can put, let's see, we'll take, whoops, okay, no, sorry. We'll take Impactor's weapon, and you can put it in the mouth. Because I don't have weapon, I don't have the weapon blast, but you can put it in the mouth, and he has weapon blasts. You can put it on his foot, and he can shoot you with his toes. You know, you can use weaponizers on him. I don't have any to hand at the moment. Like I said before, I'm in the midst of packing my stuff up, so as I'm reviewing these things, they're getting wrapped and packed away. So, I don't have the original Beast Wars Megatron figure. Sorry, I've got a temporary setup, and it's not quite as stable as I'm used to, but it's a lot, what is the word I'm looking for? It's more level than when I use, normally I put like a table on my bed. So this is actually some of my shelves disassembled and made into, so this is a shelf, but I do have the mold, it's just not the figure. And here we have, this is kind of hard because these figures are a little bigger than I'm used to dealing with, and especially my setup isn't really set up for figures of this size. But here is, T-Rex, which is going to be a Target Red Card exclusive, meaning that you'll only be able to order it on, I think, order it through Target using their Red Card, which I don't have. I will never have. No. And I'm not going to get a credit card just so, or whatever it is, just so I can get a figure. I'll just get another one of these and paint it if I really, really, really want it. But they're close to the same size. This guy is slightly taller, but this guy here is bulkier. The heads are not the same size. This head is bigger. This head is better. They both have, organic sculpts to them. Again, the new one looks just so much better. Like if you look at the legs. That looks, it's like rhino or elephant hide. That looks about right. Here, this is, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Let me see if I turn this off. Can we see it a little bit better? There's like warts and stuff, and I mean, it was fine for what it was, but honestly, it looks like a big piece of stringy, like he's made out of a lot of meat, like jerky or just sliced meat. Like his skin was taken off, and this is all the muscle sinew. So there's that. Can't get you. This is what they look like with their mouths open. Come on, open. And I think the Megatron one is just better. His tongue looks like he actually has a molded in tongue. Oh, the jaw is held in by the tongue, so that's why the tongue can't lift up. But yeah, so that's that. Let's get that out of here. And did I go over all the articulation? Oh, I forgot the tail. The tail wiggles back and forth. The back end moves side to side. And that's about it. So, the only thing is these panels don't always stay the way they're supposed to. So, that's really one knock against it. The other is because of the way the rubberized plastic is. When you have them in robot mode, it tends to, like if you look here, you can see that the plastic isn't flush. It kind of bows out a little bit. And when you have your T-Rex in, your Megatron in robot mode, it flexes some of the plastic, so it doesn't necessarily stay completely flush. So, I mean, there's that. But honestly, how many of you are going to be keeping him in his robot mode? I'll be honest with you, between the two modes, his beast mode is just way better. That's not knocking the robot mode, but his beast mode is just way better. It's just way cooler. It's just way more fun. I mean, like, let's turn that off. Look at all of this. Is just amazing. This is the level of detail on this guy, even with all the panels, it's just impressive. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and transform him. So what do I don't raise this up a little bit, so get a downward angle, and I'm turning the eyepiece a little bit. So basically, you just want to start just opening things and popping things open. There's really it's really all you're really going to be doing to start with. Let's see. Guess you can go ahead and fold the head out already. We'll leave that for later. We got to get all this mess to his back. So what you got to do, well, actually, what we have to do is, let's move this a bit. We have to get these leg pieces from over here. Now, getting this into robot mode is easier than getting it into beast mode, and the reason for that, one of the reasons really, is see this little peg here. It has to go into that little clip, and just trying to get it to go into that little clip is it's hard to get it to plug in. It's so hard. So there's that. I mean, hopefully that clip doesn't break, but there's that. And so I'll go ahead and rotate this, bring this over, and these flaps can, I guess these flaps can just go ahead and I guess that'll stay back. Fold these flaps like so. There we go. So that they look like that. And this will go, let's see. This goes like this. This part has to go down. There we go. There, so that's like that. There we go. That's like that. And then these pieces here are going to sandwich together. And they are tough to move. Like super tough. There we go. Gonna fold them together, and these pieces will go up into the crotch area, and that folds in together like that. Okay, these little pieces here, those are rotate up, pull out, rotate up, push it back in so that they lock, and push this back in if yours came out like mine did. There we go. That's mostly him done. Take this piece here, and this piece these will come out like so. This piece will go up like this, and then it's really your preference whether you want it to be up, the pieces up like this. I think that's how the thing says to do it, or if you want them to hang down, actually this might be the way to do it. So there's that. Then you take this, rotate it around, and you've got one arm done. And you take this piece here, and we are going to lower this down some. Separate these bits here. So this comes over like that. And then these come down, and they will fold back like so. And yep, there's a big empty hole here, but you're going to not be, let's see. It's going to be facing this way anyway. So there's that, and that's pretty much it. And you can't see what I just did. Okay, there we go. That's pretty much it. He is in his robot mode. Let's see, does this turn? No. So, give me a second. I'm trying to get him to stand up. And of course, now he wants to act up. So let's move him back a little bit. There we go. So there he is in his bot mode, and he looks pretty good. I wish this arm had another rotation. Okay, so he rotates at the upper bicep, which gives you, I mean, I guess you can do that, but it doesn't go all the way, like, it just looks unnatural. And I guess it looks okay. Although I don't remember this chunk of the arm looking so big, but I mean, I could be wrong in the show. But this is kind of based on the show, but not really. But he looks really good. I just prefer him in his T-Rex mode. But even in this mode, he looks pretty good. Hopefully you can see the details really well, because I've got a viewfinder and he is really tiny in my viewfinder, so I can't tell if this looks good or not. We'll bring him in just so you can see his, let me see if I'm trying to do this in the way, it just seems so bright. I don't know. I'll just put that back the way I had it. So there he is. I gotta remember that the table I'm using doesn't extend all the way forward. That's why it keeps flipping. But he's got red eyes. Let's see if I can. You can see he's got red eyes. Are they light piped? They're not light piped. They're just painted red, which is fine with me. I'm not a big fan of light piping, because a lot of times when there's no light piping, the eyes look dead. There have been companies who are able to make it look so that even if there's light supposed to be coming behind it, it's still kind of painted so it looks like so the eyes don't look dead. But Hasbro's not one of the companies that normally gets that correct. So there's lots of detail on his chest that looks really good. His legs look good. I mean, his arms look pretty good, unless you turn them all the way around and they're kind of hollow-ish. Especially this one here. This one is super hollow from the back. But I'm guessing they're not thinking you're not going to be having his arm up like this. So I find it kind of weird that he has a fist underneath all this gunk. Like, you can't move the gunk out the way. So I really can't see using the fist all that often. But hey, I mean, you can still put guns in it, I guess. If you can slide it past the kibble. His fist doesn't rotate, does it? Does it rotate? No, it doesn't rotate. So, you know, just finding something that's going to fit. See, that won't fit because it just pops right out. Is going to be a chore. His legs, for some reason, are really loose. I mean, they're not super floppy, but they are. You can kind of see them wiggling at the hip, which is why he keeps falling backwards every time I try to touch him. Like, it's annoying, but he looks good. Let's go over articulation before I go over anything else. So his head rotates left and right. Not really much else. I mean, you can kind of make him shake his head if you want to, for whatever reason. His arms rotate 360 at the shoulder, go in and out, bend 90 degrees at the wrist, and that's about. And then this does this. And is there anything else? Oh, you can turn this up and down and wiggle it side to side. That's pretty much it for that side. This side rotates at the bicep. His arms bend this way and this way, and his mouth, his T-Rex head has a little bit of movement, and the mouth part opens all the way, like really all the way. Rotation at the waist. There's no ab crunch. Legs go all the way forward. They go all the way back. They go about that far out due to the kibble, but I guess if you put the kibble, you rotate the kibble down, you can get full split. So, I mean, that's, you know, that's that. You get 90 degrees at the knee. I didn't even realize this was so open. Wow. You get a rotation at the knee due to alt mode ness. I don't know. Alt mode ness. What the hell was that about? You get rotation at the knee. Okay, and then the foot pivots backwards and forwards and in and out due to, it's the same as the T-Rex mode. Oh my good lord, English just left me for a minute there. Alright, so there's that. Let me push him back and I'll get T-Rex transformed real quick so we can have a side-by-side view. I know it's not the same figure, but it is the same mold as the original Megatron, so it counts. Okay, it counts. And I don't know why I'm talking, because I'm probably going to cut this part out. Here we have the original mold. Woo! Don't fall down. Which is pretty back heavy. Do I have his feet out correctly? Yes, I do. Okay. So, this is not easy. There we go. So you can see this goes out like this. And there. So yeah, okay. So you can see the parallels. Yeah, the T-Rex arm is actually gigantic on this guy. So I guess, and it bends the same way, so I really can't fault this one. The head is similar. You can see there's the head for that guy, and then this guy, his head is more show accurate than this guy is. So, but you can see they have a lot of the same molded in details. Like he's got these teeth here. His teeth are rounded here, but he's got teeth on his. He's got the vents here, vents here. The only real difference is this middle piece here, and I mean the way this is molded is a little bit different, but it keeps all the cues. It's just this piece of the middle is different than this, but all the rest of it seems to be fairly accurate. I mean, even the molding here, this mimics the molding there. If you look at the leg here, and then look at the leg here, and I mean, it does a really good job. I like this guy. Don't get me wrong. I love the colors on this guy. And it's a shame that I'm not going to be able to get this guy unless I pay scalper prices, you know? And that sucks. That really sucks. I'd like to be able to just walk into my Target. Even I hate that there's so many exclusives. Also, this guy doesn't have a fist here. So he just has this gimmick where you're supposed to pull this and it shoots out or something. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I don't get the gimmick. It does this. That's, you know. So, yeah. So you push this down. Also, he has the water gun gimmick that the other guy doesn't have. So, So yeah, don't start the videos. There we go. So yeah, so that is Megatron, the Kingdom Megatron. Did I say Earthrise? This Kingdom Megatron, War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom. Yeah, and he was worth getting. I mean, I was a little bit like maybe I shouldn't get him. you know, for whatever reasons. But I was like, but I really want him. But I mean, do I really? And I mean, he's about the same size as the original toy, and the beast mode just looks so much better. And even the robot mode looks so much better. If I'm honest, between the two of them, the robot mode just looks way better on this guy. So yeah, that's it. I have nothing more to say other than I really enjoy this figure. And I think if you're a Beast Wars fan, or you like dinosaurs that turn into robots, I think you will like this guy. Yeah, I don't really got much else to say. I like that they have the sort of leathery feeling and looking rubberized plastic over the regular plastic. I think that's a nice touch. That's actually pretty cool. It gives it a nice feel and a nice texture. That said, I'm Islip. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and ciao.